More than 50 years ago, humanity touched another world. And then, we stopped. The footprints remained. The rockets disappeared. And the moon became silent once again. But history was never finished. Because some journeys are not meant to end. They are meant to begin again. This is Artemis II. In December 1972, humanity left the moon for the last time. The crew of Apollo 17 climbed back into their spacecraft, launched from the lunar surface, and began the journey home. Their footprints remained behind, untouched, silent, and waiting. And then, humanity never returned. Decades passed. Presidents changed. Technologies evolved. Computers became smaller, faster, and more powerful than anything the Apollo engineers could have imagined. Satellites filled Earth's orbit. Space stations became permanent homes above our planet. Yet one question remained unanswered. If we could reach the moon in 1969, why did we stop? To many people, Apollo looked like the end of a race. But inside NASA, it was always something else. A beginning. The moon was never meant to be humanity's final destination. It was meant to be training. A proving ground. A place to learn how humans survive beyond Earth. How machines operate in deep space. How life support systems work when home is hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. And most importantly, how humanity prepares for something even farther. Mars. The red world waiting beyond. Decades after Apollo, NASA announced something extraordinary. Humanity would return to the moon, but this time not for days, for years. The program was named Artemis, after the twin sister of Apollo in ancient mythology. But Artemis would be very different from its predecessor. This would not be a race. It would be an infrastructure mission. Habitats, cargo systems, surface vehicles, permanent exploration, lunar science, deep space technology. Everything designed not just to visit another world, but to stay. Before humans can land on the moon again, they must first leave Earth in a way no human has done since Apollo. That mission is Artemis II, the first crewed deep space mission of a new generation. For astronauts, one spacecraft, one journey beyond low Earth orbit. No docking, no space station, no rescue mission waiting nearby. Only Earth behind them and deep space ahead. Artemis II is not simply another launch. It is humanity proving once again that leaving home is still possible. To return humans to deep space, NASA needed something Apollo never had. A rocket built not for orbit, but for distance. That machine became the Space Launch System, or simply SLS. Taller than the Statue of Liberty. More powerful than any operational rocket designed for human exploration. Its engines are descendants of the space shuttle era. Its boosters generate millions of pounds of thrust. And when it launches, it will shake the ground, ignite the sky, and carry humanity farther from Earth than any crew has traveled in more than half a century. This is not just a rocket. It is controlled power on an impossible scale. At the top of SLS sits the spacecraft that will carry humanity beyond Earth once again. Orion. Designed for deep space survival. Built to protect its crew from radiation, vacuum, temperature extremes, and the absolute isolation of space beyond Earth orbit. Inside Orion, astronauts will live, work, navigate, and survive hundreds of thousands of kilometers from home. Every screen, every switch, every oxygen valve, every line of code exists for one purpose: bringing humans safely into deep space and bringing them home again. Inside Orion, four astronauts will represent a new generation of exploration. Commander Reed Wiseman, Pilot Victor Glover, Mission Specialist Christina Koch, and Mission Specialist Jeremy Hansen. Different backgrounds, different stories, one mission. Together, they will become the first humans since Apollo to travel beyond low Earth orbit, into deep space where no human has been in more than 50 years. When Artemis II launches, the journey will begin like Apollo. Fire, vibration, controlled chaos. But once Orion leaves Earth orbit, history changes. The crew will perform a translunar injection burn, accelerating far beyond the International Space Station, beyond the satellites, beyond every human-made object in low orbit. Behind them, Earth will begin shrinking into darkness. Ahead of them, only deep space. For the first time in more than half a century, human eyes will once again watch our planet become small. Unlike Apollo 11, Artemis II will not land on the moon. Its mission is different, more cautious, more ambitious. The crew will travel around the moon, testing navigation, communications, propulsion, life support, and deep space operations under real mission conditions. Every system will be pushed beyond Earth orbit. Every decision will shape future landings. Artemis II is not about planting flags. It is about proving that humanity can survive, farther from home than any living person has ever traveled. Beyond Earth's protective magnetic field, space becomes far more dangerous. Radiation increases. Communications become slower. Rescue becomes impossible. Even small system failures can become life-threatening. Artemis II will carry humans into that environment for the first time since Apollo. Every heartbeat, every breath, every computer calculation will become part of a new chapter in human survival. Because before humans can live on other worlds, they must first survive the darkness between them. Artemis II is not the destination. It is the beginning. In the years ahead, humanity plans to build Lunar Gateway, a permanent station orbiting the moon. From there, astronauts may launch surface missions, scientific expeditions, and eventually journeys toward Mars. What once took a single heroic mission may soon become an infrastructure of worlds, a network of human presence beyond Earth. For more than half a century, humanity looked at the moon as the end of a journey. Artemis changes that. Now the moon becomes a starting point, a training ground, a launch platform, a bridge to something farther. Because if Artemis II succeeds, humanity will not simply return to the moon. It will begin learning how to live beyond Earth, and one day walk on another planet. Not in science fiction, in history.